Okay, hello, good evening, welcome to Friday, SaaS Friday, when we celebrate being SaaS owners, because it's my favourite business model. So I was going to show you something exciting, actually an actual good case study of a SaaS that I found yesterday or the day before, but I can't find it, because since then I've done like 300 links, 300 things that I visited, and I can't find the thing anymore. So I'm not going to do that. But I guess we'll take the takeaway, from that as part of what we're going to cover tonight. So let me just see if I can't really tell from that actually. Let me just see. Take the placeholder off. Actually, no. Let's get this rolled up. Right, there's the slide. Let's get the placeholder off. There we go. Right, it says you've got audio. Yes, I think. Hang on, I'll just take that again. One. Yeah. Let's just get that so you can see all of it. There we go. Right, so let's just see if that's going to happen. So that's going to be confusing. And, wow, it's a long delay today. You're going to come or what? Maybe it has. Hang on. I can't keep up with it. Anyway, okay, I think it is. So the main reason why this, this SaaS example, was good, and I can't even remember what it was about, to be honest, was basically that. It was several things. One, it was clear, so it was understandable. B, it was a need I knew that I wanted or was interested in, or something, at least something I could understand anyway. But probably that I wanted it really. Yeah, and I always miss those. Right, there we are. And also mainly that the offer and the structure was resonant and congruent, and we'll talk about that in a second, because that actually takes me to another SaaS yesterday. And finally, that the pricing tiering was fair, really. Hang on, can't spell fair. There we go. Okay, so these are all really important things for any SaaS. So I mean, it has to be understandable. People have to understand what it does. I think I saw another one the other day, and it was almost impossible to work out what it did. I mean, I don't think I'm particularly clever, but I'm not that particularly thick, and it was really just such high convoluting words. It was obviously aimed at corporates who wanted to be not have their egos massaged, but have their cleverness massaged, in that they needed something that was this clever, but it wasn't actually even clear what it did. So, or not to me anyway. So so it has to be clear, and this particular one, they had their one-line slogan at the top under their logo, and it was absolutely immediately, instantly obvious and desirable actually of what it did. And I wish I could remember what it was, but it was just it was just straightforward and simple. I mean, probably down the page they went into all their geeky stuff, but the point is, above the fold, right at the logo, right where I'm looking, it actually just told me what the hell it did, and that's the main thing. And then because that was something that I knew I wanted, I was interested in it. And then I probably went to the pricing first, because I tend to do that because I'm a cheapskate. But the pricing was fair. So I mean, a lot of people have little tricks they play between free, basic, standard, premium, and super god, and a lot of people, try and steer you really to buy, premium. Because it's actually got the features that you need, and otherwise they're completely missing in the package. And although you might get kind of like 1/10 of it for free, for free, it's not really that functional, or it's got some limit on it, or something stupid that stops you using it in anger. Okay, because the whole idea of the free thing is to get people. What should we say? I can't think of the right word, but entangled in it. So if there's something that takes your data, or builds you a list, or stores your stuff, or provides you with a library of something, or a pool of something, or somewhere where you put code snippets, or whatever it is, once you start using it, you're kind of tied in. That's probably what I was looking for. You're kind of tied into it. So, once you start using it, it's too painful to move away. And that's really, what the free is about. But it's got something that's, so that it's workable. You're getting value out of it. You can actually complete something. But then to extend it, then it's worth going up, to paying for it and doing it. And, the premium will be, the high demand users, and then the guys will be the, super high traffic, like corporate kind of people. And it's good for us to protect ourselves against, Virgin signing up with a $19 account and running their whole $20 billion company on our whatever, $50 a month, or $200 a month kind of server. Not really ready to support Virgin's entire empire, actually. Thank you. So when things scale that much, and we're going into sort of AWS territory and all that kind of stuff, then obviously they have a very real and very significant and very measurable bill. So $19 a month wouldn't cover Virgin's use. So it's good for us to have a God's package. And it also means, and it's kind of good to have a premium package as well, because all the people that aren't going to use a lot of it, or use it a lot of the time, we don't want to be charging them for the few that are. So premium's great. So I guess basically I just have a problem with the basic package, because basic is really just kind of like one line up from free, where they've just given you so little that you have to upgrade to get anything out of it at all. That's the one I hate, because really if you're doing a free offer, then make it a free offer that works. Now personally I prefer not to do either of those, and just do the trial for the standard, because I don't want to bait people into it and tie them in and then trick them into taking money, and that they can't afford, or they're just using my thing because it's a nice to have or whatever, and they're not going to use, not actually going to use it. I don't want the dead weight. So I'd rather just do a 7-day trial, see if they like it or not. Within 7 days, hopefully they haven't entangled themselves, too much. And if it's of value to them and they're earning, they're getting success out of it, as I keep saying, then they know they need to pay, and they know when they've got to pay and how much they've got to pay, and it's right there. And if you follow my other shows, you know that I tend to prefer points over plans. So it just depends how you want to rationalise that, but I think scalability, which is probably another thing that was great about this. This one that I saw the other day that I can't remember and I can't show you. Scalability is really the thing. I don't mind if there's a limit, but I want to know that I can, work around it. I mean, I saw a lifetime link builder the other day. Okay, and they put some stupid limit on it, of 10,000, clicks or something. So my immediate thought was, well, what happens if I get more than 10,000 clicks? So, down in the FAQ, he had this brilliantly stupid answer, which was that the links will work, but the the link builder part of it, the extra messaging or whatever it is that came up, would turn off. So, but I'm buying the link builder specifically, to show people extra stuff on the way through on the link. Turning that off completely negates the whole thing. And then in another point of the FAQ, he said that I could upgrade. Well, surely that was really the point. But I don't, and again, I don't necessarily want to upgrade completely. I just want to be able to buy, points for the excess. Okay, and that's, as a user, that's the most, the most critical thing for me. Anything that gives me a limit, anything that doesn't have an obvious workaround, anything that isn't solvable by a small investment just to cover the surge, I'm not interested in. It turns me right off. So scalability, which I think is best done with points or some sort of excess payment, is absolutely critical. If that's not in the thing, in the deal, then then I'm absolutely not signing up. So that's any user, that's one of their prime things. You don't sign up to something in order to get it cut off because you've gone over some limit. It's stupid. Anyway, so that's that soapbox speech out of the way. So basically it ticked all these 5 boxes, and they're the most 5 important boxes to to understand. Now the other thing, this isn't exactly related to this or anything else, but I spent most of yesterday, still am, fretting over game developer platforms. Okay, and I'll just tell you the one that's significant in a minute. But just so you understand my dilemma, for me the leader was Unity, and they had a very fair thing, which was used for free, and then when you reach a level, then you subscribe for, I don't remember what it is, but $50 a month or something. Okay, but only once you started selling. Okay, and then the fee was basically 50 quid. I think there was a extra premium support and stuff like that, but essentially that's all it was. So it was a very fair and affordable deal, and they only charged you when you got some success, you got sales coming in, your game was actually out there. But then of course Amazon have come on the scene, with the Cry engine, which they call I can't remember what it's called now. Something like Leadbetter. It's not actually that. Something like that. And it's 100% free. Except for any AWS, hosting or something that you might use. Okay, but it's basically no commissions, no regular hosting, nothing. So that's obviously, really disruptive of the market, and obviously that's what they've done, and the CryEngine was really good. But then there was the Real Engine, which have gone another route. So they're free, to use and develop, and everything, the support and everything is free, and everything's accessible. The content marketplace and all that. But they charge 5%. When you publish it. So again, and what was nice about them was basically their slogan is, your success is our success. Okay, so it was basically, we'll give you everything you need to get up and running, and then when you are up and running, then it's 5%, and that's it. So, on most levels that works, and I don't quite understand exactly how or when you pay them. I hope it's not in advance or something, but you'd have to just do a different kind of levels of advanced. And on the other hand, it's quite a lot. So it depends, but it's a case of whether you prefer the percentage over the regular premium of a fixed fee. Okay, and then I think there was another one, which I can't remember, but oh no, there was another one actually. Not real. Anyway, there's another one. Can't remember. Which actually is, arguably the best, and has probably got the most VR and AR support in it. Okay, which is, obviously games is going to become, way more important. And I can't remember what their model was now. I think again, it was free to start. Yeah, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure now. It's getting very confusing. And then they did something. It's either. No, actually, I think. Sorry, I think that it was actually, free plus free, basically. And the only thing that that you would pay for would be premium support. So they are basically all SaaSes. These are game developer platforms. It's a SaaS. It's in the cloud. It's a service. It's software in the cloud. These are SaaSes, and they've all got very different approaches to the market. But the one that resonated with me was just the one that worked at my level. Okay, they didn't. They worked at my level, and even though it's not free, it's 5%, which is could be quite a lot. So let's get the calculator. Yeah, so I mean, on even on a 100k business, it's 5k. Okay, which is a lot compared to. Actually, it might be more than that. Anyway, but something like 600 quid, sorry, $600. I think it might be double that. So let's say it's $1,200 per annum. So it's 5k, even if you hit 100k, compared to 1,200 as a flat fee. So I mean, again, it puts you in a quandary of whether you're going to do this much business, or you're not sure. If you're not sure, then the fixed fee, of that is, not so attractive. And then the percentage of your success is more attractive. So even just this business pitching, puts the platforms in a secondary light, because I'm not able to judge them on their features. I'm now having to judge them on their business models. That's really my point. And then we got this other one, which is free plus free, and it's the best for the new thing, and they only charge for premium support. So whilst what I want to use is this, and because of the disruption, and I want to use this, but then because I like the ethics of this, I want to use that one. But then simply because it's actually the best for this, plus it's actually the most kind of open source GPL kind of thing, I now want to use this. So I'm actually 4 things away from what I was wanting to use. And the trouble with all of these platforms is they're all kind of similar. But they've all got their own, syntax and stuff, and it's really a huge investment to learn one of them, and you don't want to be changing, which one you use. So it became a monumentous decision. Now that wasn't necessarily the fault of any one particular of these SASs. It's just that they've all taken, very different paths to the market. And I'm not saying any one of them is particularly wrong or all right or anything. But as a user, the confusion in the marketplace doesn't help me to buy anything. At the moment I'm frozen, not knowing which one to invest in, because it is such a huge investment. Going forward, just in learning, and tying all your assets in. This is the absolute tie-in thing. Once you start developing, if you want to keep that game alive, you can never ever ditch the platform. So although the money should be covered, I have a real tendency to avoid, like the plague, anything that ties me into any regular commitments. So it's a real excuse me, it's a real issue. And then actually there's another one, which is the simplest in the world to use, but it's also now the most expensive. Because it's $97 a month or whatever. And that's it. There isn't any royalties, so that's one good thing. But it's absolutely going to be, £1,200 a year. Basically, for the simplest thing. But then it's not the best one to invest in, although it is, because it's the simplest, and in terms of productivity, we'd get the most games out. But it's the least featured. And I don't even think it's got any VR or AR support at all, whereas all the others have got some, at least. So that's in a perfect world, that's the one I'd use, because it's brain dead simple. I mean, you could literally get a game out, in a day, really, honestly, which is unbelievable, and it'd be a pretty good game. The logic in it is great, the physics in it is great. It comes with a load of art, licensed art, so even that's covered, and everything that you normally want to do, is right there. It's just that there's no way of, getting in and extending it, and there's no VR AR support at the moment, probably not for ages, and it only, and it does a particular styles of games, and maybe, and in theory, it's not the fastest. A 3D renderer in it either. Anyway, so I'm kind of going off track, but these are SASs, and as I say, not even necessarily what they've done individually. It's just as a marketplace, it's just become very, very confusing, and the one that I was most sold on was simply the one, as I've always been saying, is the one that actually showed that they cared a frig about me, and they understood my situation. I think their line was something like, we appreciate that. In fact, maybe it was this one. So I'm so confused now. I think it was this one who said, we appreciate that, game devs, IP and the success of your game is down to you, so you should have most of the money. Okay, so that just resonated well. But also, your success is our success resonates as well there. But I mean, if there's no money involved, then how do I argue with that, though? So, whereas the one that's probably the most stable and feature and everything, is this one with the fixed fee. But then the fixed fee, it's all down, to me. Although, to be fair, they do have a free level. I'm not sure how much it is. With branding on it. Okay, so that's good. But then my pride kicks in and thinks, well, I don't want a blinking, their logo on it. I don't want people to be distracted with the fact that I made it in whatever. it's my thing. I want it to be my thing. So now, then I'd be committed to doing the fee. So it's great that I can develop it in the free and get 80% of the features, probably no support, and then upgrade instantly without having to change anything else, to pay the fee but to remove the branding. So so just the market confusion is very it's a big problem in this kind of case, and it's only really solvable as I say, when the people themselves understand the industry and actually side on the side of the success of the developers, which is basically the case of of these two, or it could be these three because it's 100% free. So I don't know what they're going to get out of this at any point, but there must be an end game for them. I don't know what it is. So it's just confusing. But as I say, the only way it's solvable is when the SaaS itself understands the market and puts it in terms of the SaaS owners. So that's really the point there. So that's kind of it. We kind of done the time. I'm not sure I really said much particularly, but the takeaway basically is that these are the 5 major things you need to address, and then I think the other one is basically the industry state, because you might not be an island, so we need to kind of work within the framework. So to accept the industry status quo, and always is to invest in the success of your members, subscribers, whatever you want to call them. And that as SaaS owners is what we need to deal with, basically. Okay, so that's it. I think we caught up with that. So that's it. So I should have a great weekend. Post any comments, questions, reactions below this live stream. Otherwise, I shall see you next week. See you on Monday. See you then. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.